Can we live off sunlight? The Bretharians say yes. I think they're absolutely insane. Was I able to hike for 7 days on no calories and just drink water with 40 pounds on my back and only lose 1.5 pounds? Yes. I did that at Boulder Outdoor Survival College. And then for the next 7 days, I was only able to eat about, I feel like it was only 700 to 1,000 calories. At the end of the whole thing, I only lost 1.5 pounds. I doubt that I gained it back. But anyway, through that experience, I only lost 1.5 pounds. It's hard to say exactly how much I lost in that 7 days, but in the 15 days, I lost 15 days, I lost 1.5 pounds. Okay, so this video, I have been experimenting because I've been in a lack. After my work injury, I was only able to eat 500 to 1,000 calories a day. Now, I wasn't doing any physical activity. That's the thing. So, I actually gained weight during that time. And when I started to do more physical activity, like I am now, like I walk around a little bit. Today we did a 2.5 minute boxing thing. That's pretty much all the physical activity I did. Now today I ate about 1,800 calories because I was really hungry. And that's interesting because at first, so being in the sunlight and increasing vitamin D increases ghrelin, which is a hunger, increases your hunger. So today I actually had more calories than I normally do. Normally I have about 500 to 1,000 calories a day to save money for the things that I need. I have a lot of vehicle repairs that I have to do, all types of stuff. And I do believe, though, so it does say this, that sunlight helps aid digestion. 100% I feel that that's true. Also, the pranayama has been aiding the digestion. I don't do pranayama every day, but I try to. So again, this is hard for me to really pinpoint. But I do think that when I get sunshine, everything in my body just works better. So that would make sense. If I'm digesting more of my food, that means I need less food because it's breaking down the nutrients from less food. Okay, so that would make sense if science has proven that, which I'll show here in some screenshots. Heat makes it so that when your body's warm, it doesn't have to use more energy to stay cool. Okay, that makes sense. Now it says the body can only absorb sunlight if it has chlorophyll. A while back, I bought these chlorophyll squeeze droppers, and I noticed that when I took a full thing in the morning, I wasn't hungry at all. And this was before, yes, I believe this was before the work injury, because that actually happened around the same place that I'm at now. I started taking these chlorophylls. So they extract the chlorophyll from the plant, and I just had all this oxygen. So they sell the chlorophyll as an oxygenating your body. So that's really, really, really interesting. And so I'm going to be doing some more research on that. Maybe you need to be eating certain foods that have chlorophyll in it to make the process more efficient. I always get more energy when I'm out in the sun. Now, the last couple of days, I wasn't fully hydrated, and I was sitting, well, when I was outside, but I've gotten some sunburn on my face because I'm in the sun all day. I sit in my vehicle. It's not really sunburn, don't really feel sunburned, but I think I've spent a little bit too much time in the sun for my skin personally. Now my cardiovascular system isn't very strong, so all of these things are going to play a part. Like my lymphatic system is always plugged up in the mornings. If that's putting more stress on my system, making it harder to do all this stuff. So I wonder if all my major systems were optimal, how much true that this would be. I still do not believe these breatharian people that say that they live just off the sunlight and water. Although, again, I was hiking and I didn't get that much sun, but I only lost 1.5 pounds. So anyway, there's that, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop those screenshots. And just remember, everybody's skin and body can handle sunlight differently depending on its health and its vitality. So if you're looking to become a nudist or a naturalist, take it slow. And if you're a guy and you're just looking to do social acceptable nudism and naturalism, you can take your shirt off. You can take your shoes off. You can wear shorts. You could wear a Speedo. Me, confidently, I'm not that confident wearing a Speedo. Women, it's up to you to fight for your rights to be able to free the nipples. A lot of women are locked in jail for having their shirt off in a society that seems to hate women's equal rights. And we do know that it's scientifically proven that you do need some sunlight on all meridians of your body in order for those meridians of your body to hydrate the fascia. Now, if you're in the sun too long, and that's what I'm trying to figure out, is how much personally my body can handle, you have to be you really got to be in a meditative state in the body. And that can be hard for a lot of people because so many people are scrounging to make their house payment, to take care of their kids, to take their kids to school, to do all these things in a world that is so demanding. And my body can't do that anymore. My mind and body can't work a full-time job anymore. Because in the mornings, my body physically has arthritis, head to toe, that is debilitating. And that's why I've been learning the Tai Chi, the Qigong, the Pranayama. I've been changing my diet. I've been learning to get hydrated. I've been drinking green juices. And I'm trying to figure out how to make my body efficient so that I can become an extreme minimalist and survive. So everybody's body's different depending on how much melanin they have in their skin. If you have darker skin, I have heard this though, you need more sunlight to be healthy. And so you definitely going to want to be out there. And people that have more melanin typically have been around the equator a lot more. Now, a white person like me who's super white could, if I really like nature, going outside, and I want to be able to be out more in the sun, I could make a decision on who I have children with to be someone that has very, very, very dark skin. That would give my children, offspring, a better advantage to handle the sun. However, they say that if you have lighter skin, you absorb sunlight really fast. But the thing is, I like being out in the sun, so sometimes I do get burned a little bit. Like if I'm out there all day, every day, even if I'm doing all the right things and my fascia is hydrated every day, I do tend to get a little bit pink sometimes if I do it like all week. So that's interesting. Yeah, look up Bretharianism. I'm not joking. Like, now I was breathing. I forced my body to breathe. When we were hiking, my body wanted to give out on day 1 of no food. But we went another 6 days with no food, and I had to force myself to breathe correctly just to keep hiking on the water that I was drinking. So maybe the Bretharianism with the sunlight and the breath, I do believe there's a science to that, because that also increases digestion, and it increases nitric oxide, which increases nutrient delivery. But yeah, I think it's dangerous. I think, like the article said, that trying to be a full-out breatharian is dangerous. And I could definitely go for more food. Now, I could definitely go for more food. I'm hungry when I start exercising more. And I think it's impossible to be a breatharian, honestly, if you're like... But then again, someone's saying it's impossible. Other people are saying it's possible. Now, these breatharians don't have a lot of muscle. So if you have to do a lot of stuff with a lot of weight all day long, like the job that I was doing, building 300-pound racks, which I was only eating like 1,500 calories then when I was building 300-pound racks every day, every 7 minutes, 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, because my paycheck couldn't get me enough food. It's crazy. But if you're an athlete, they say that you need to be in a calorie surplus. So everybody also needs to look at the amount of activity that they're doing as well, and how much weight, because when you use energy, when you exercise, you're using energy. When you're building stuff, when you're doing manual labor, when you're talking, when you're singing, you're using energy. All right, y'all. Well, may your days be filled with absolute joy, peace, bliss, and eternal ecstasy, unconditional love, and absolute vitality. They do say that longevity of your body has to do with your diet, your exercise habits, how much rest you're getting. So I think being able to maximize the efficiency of your food is definitely a longevity principle. So this is very interesting, and if anybody has any ideas, please drop them in the description. And may your days be filled, again, with natural joy, peace, bliss, and eternal ecstasy, unconditional love, and absolute vitality, solace, and serenity. Have a good one, y'all.